Welcome back to this week's Beauty Business Mindset podcast. This is Celeste. I am recording this episode as I am walking. I was listening to a podcast and then I put it on mute and I started thinking about this. And I was like, you know what? This is when I should share this, even though I'm sweaty and I'm running at the time. Right now I'm walking for you. So let's get to it. 9 to 5 jobs. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? With all the changes going on, all of us in the beauty service business arena and, all the changes around the world with, this whole, the animal that we don't want to talk about, the big elephant in the room, which is, the pandemic. What is 9 to 5 really a good choice for you? The pros and the cons, and let's get to it. Did you know that I was a licensed in California insurance, property and casualty agent, and also life insurance agent? So I worked for a very well-known insurance company. I ran her office. I started answering phone calls, then became a customer service rep, and I ended up being an office manager. And this podcast is coming from my own experience. I went through the actual 2008 crash where everybody lost their homes. It was one of the most impactful and really life-awakening moments for me. Not shortly after that, I went through my first divorce and all these things, but we're not going to talk about me. We're going to talk about the lessons that I've learned and whether going back to a 9 to 5 is for you, lessons I've learned, things to consider. And this is just to give you just a little bit of perspective so you can make the best decision for yourself. So let's get to it. If I went back to a 9 to 5 right now, doing what I used to do, I know easily out of the gate, I'll start making 50 grand a year. Boom. I know that for a fact. Now, I would have to be there Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I wouldn't be able to be at home with my kids. And it is a very stressful job. One of the most beautiful things that I've learned through my career in insurance is people in insurance call you for 2 reasons. Number 1, they need help getting something done fast. Or number 2, something went terribly wrong and they need your help trying to get that fixed. So as you can imagine, my days were spent a lot over the phone, communicating, trying to get coverage on policies, reading policy contracts. It was a very big responsibility on my shoulders while managing also a team. But I learned so many skills, guys. This is why I tell you guys, everything translates to your next chapter. I learned so much about customer service, what the customer wants, what they need, what's important to them. I learned how to advocate for my clients, which is a customer. I learned how to be the middle ground as well, representing a company. So it was just such an amazing learning experience. I had security. And I think that's number one thing to consider is if you want to go to a 9 to 5, you get the security factor. Because let's be real, being your own business owner, it comes with a lot of highs and lows. It comes with a lot of, you have to build up your foundation. Nowadays with social media, it's so much easier. Now, I'm going to outdate myself, and that's okay. So I was probably in junior high school. So I was a junior in high school, and at my late year and junior year in high school, what's this called? MySpace came out. Okay, guys, we did not have Facebook. Yep, we're going back to that. You guys see me on social media, on Instagram. I do lives and all that stuff. I didn't grow up with none of that stuff, you guys. We had to do it the old-fashioned way, the cards and networking or your friend recommending you. That's how we were able to grow our business. So number 2 is now with the power of social media, really, and I truly do say this because I come from the other side of, we didn't really grow up with social. I mean, some people had MySpace, but not really. That wasn't really my generation. My generation really got into Facebook, but I didn't find the real use to it. I mean, I just wasn't attracted to it. Is that with social media, everything's so much easier being your own business owner. You're able to promote your items for free. Yeah, the engagement may be low right now, whatever platform you decide to use. But you guys, it's free. And if you want to have your own hours, your own schedule, number two is it's going to be a give and take. So for myself as a business owner, I love being home. The first 2.5 years of my career, I sacrificed, and if I include beauty school, that'll be 3. I sacrificed so much time away from my family, you guys. I did a lot of things for free because I wanted the experience, the knowledge. That was one of the best things I ever did. But it took a toll on my family. I wasn't home. And now being able to be at home with my daughter, sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes, the mommy guilt comes in and I'm like, damn, why did I do that? And this is where the give and take comes with being your own owner of your business, is that everything falls on you. So, there's going to be times in your business, I really truly do believe, where you have to give more to your business than your family. It's going to be taking away time from them. There's months where they are amazing, and then there's months that how much is the minimum that you make. I mean, it's just like this. It's a ride as you build up your business. So I'm not going to lie to you. If you really like consistency, I would say for sure having a 9-to-5 is for you. Number 3, what if you want to transition? What if you're a beauty service provider or beauty service business owner, whether you're a lash tech, a nail tech, a hairstylist, colorist, hair cutter, microblader, so many things out there now that you could be. What if you're like, what? I just want to have that consistency, but is it the right choice for me? What would I recommend to you? Because we're going to get candid and transparent up in here. So the last couple of weeks, I've been getting different kind of offers to not only go back to my insurance job, but also to do other things that would be office related for other businesses. I wouldn't be working out of home anymore. The pay, some of them it's like, no thank you. Other ones I'm like, it's kind of enticing. I kind of want to do it. But I think this is such a personal choice that you need to make and be honest and transparent with yourself. So this is my experience, and I hope it gives you a little bit of insight to make a more educated decision for yourself. I ran an office for a business owner for a couple of years, and knowing that and knowing what I've learned now having my own businesses, I rather work for myself. I was honestly very surprised at this answer, especially with everything going on right now. Right now, just to give you a little context, here in California, the masks are mandated again to be worn inside. The infections are high, and who knows what's going to happen. I know probably some of you guys are like, well, if all this stuff is happening, why wouldn't you just go back and do, the 9-to-5 job and maybe do the hair on the side, or do some type of beauty business on the side on your free time? Because for me, I have to be 100% for something. And I know being inside of an office, I'm going to be miserable AF. That is not me any longer. I have changed. I have evolved. I have seen the potential. I have lived the potential. Last year, we got to innovate, you guys. How many of us did things that we never thought of? For me, you guys, I didn't grow up with freaking computers. And you guys are like, what? I know, I'm so hella old, but, I'm going to be 36. Okay, let's be real. I took 1 class of Word and 1 class of Excel throughout my whole high school. That was it, you guys. I had those old ass computers where you typed your paper. That was me in high school, okay? And this past year, I have learned over 20 different software programs for businesses. I have learned how to automate things. There's so many things that I have learned, and I have really helped to implement in my husband's business, which has thrived, and I'm so happy for him. And I have been focusing on helping others. Kind of leaving my business a little bit to the backside because I did have to step away due to health reasons. For me, I have all this knowledge and experience now that I know going back to a 9-to-5 job is not for me. Number 1. Like, it's just no longer feeds my soul. It's no longer going to make me happy. And it's just not a good choice for me. Number 2 is like, financially and income wise, I am not at the point where I can make more money being from home, working digitally behind my computer screen, than I can being in an office. So for me, also, number 2, financially, like, it makes no sense, like, yeah, I know I pay for my own health insurance, I pay for my own insurances and my business insurance and all that stuff, but my business is well off where I don't need to go back to a 9 to 5. Now, having said that, that does not mean that if you're in the position where you need to go back, go back part-time. Try it out. Give yourself a chance to say no. And this is the other part I'm going to share with you guys. So when I was in insurance, I decided that I no longer wanted to be an office manager. I wanted to step down. I wanted to have a customer service title again. So I left that office. I went to another office and I tried it. Okay, I'm like, maybe I'll have like less, things to do. It'll be different. Well, I went to the other office and they had me cold calling. Okay, I hate that. I'm gonna repeat that again. I hate that. I hate like cold calling, like, hey, so I'm looking at your policy and you need like life insurance. No, like, I want to first have a conversation with you, like genuine conversation, and then if we lead up to that, awesome. But I hate cold calling. Like, it's just something like ugh. It made me cringe. And when I found out that was all the job was about, even though the pay was very well, I quit. I quit after, I think it was 30 days, and I quit that job. I gave my 2 weeks notice and I left. But why am I sharing this? Because you are allowed to change your mind, you guys. I don't know what kind of area and business we're living in right now, where people are not being transparent that in business you're constantly changing and evolving. If you look at my Instagram page, just go look at it. You guys can go tear it up and whatever you guys want. When I started out, I didn't even know how to curl hair, you guys. I did not know how to curl hair, okay? One of the first features I got in a magazine, I'm just giving you a little bit of context. I'm not saying to brag about myself. I just want to give you like what your potential can be too. One of the first magazine features I got was for makeup. For doing makeup for this, for like the Halo collection, the Halo ice cream. When they had the hair collection, I happened to be working for Sadie. Shout out to Sadie, and she allowed me to collab, and that one, it was awesome. But why am I sharing this? Because the girl that did not know how to curl hair ended up doing that. And just like the girl who ended up doing that, the girl that went back to an office job with a lower title position with great pay quit after 30 days because her heart was no longer there. We are allowed to change and evolve. If I wouldn't have quit that job at the office, in the insurance office as a customer service representative, I wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be talking. If I hadn't put myself out there and knocked on doors like I have been in my business, as funny as it is, because I don't like cold calling, but I like connecting with people. I see it different. That's just in my head. It's a mind thing for me. It makes me feel better. If I hadn't been out there knocking on doors, I wouldn't have gotten the experiences, the knowledge, the opportunities I have in my business. And you have to be willing to get no's. You have to be willing to fail. And the failures are not bad things, you guys. Confession time. Like, I am a perfectionist by nature. I was. And everything had to be perfect, okay? It's just, this weird thing I had. And I learned in color because color did not come naturally to me. Doing hair coloring did not come natural. I had to fight to learn how to do this and understand it and comprehend it and understand the why. It took a lot of work. And it took a lot of dedication to be able to be where I'm at today. I had to fail, you guys. The reason why I know how to color is because I gave somebody hot roots, which means like the root color that's coming out from the scalp is lighter color than the rest of the hair. Doesn't mean you hurt their scalp. It just means like the color on top looks lighter than the rest of the hair. That's what people call hot roots. I did that to somebody. And I remember she's like, it's okay, Celeste. I'm going to go back to my old hairstylist, but just remember this experience so you remember for next time. I had like two months out of beauty school when I did that. Why am I sharing this with you? Because instead of quitting, Instead of being like, which I felt like quitting, instead of being like, oh, I don't feel like I'm cut out for this, which I felt like I wasn't cut out for it, I kept trying. Even though I was crying, even though I wanted to quit, even though I had low self-esteem of myself doing that, I grabbed the mannequin doll head from beauty school, and I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. And just last year, I threw away my mannequin head doll that I had practiced on and bonded her I don't know how many times. I didn't wait for things to be perfect. I was willing to mess up my little mannequin head. When I needed to get faster at things, I was willing to give discounted prices. I was willing to do model days where people paid less, or sometimes I started out free. I was willing to do the things I needed to build my business, and nobody talks about that. I was willing to start that little mobile lounge now that's being used for photos, and people just to like be in there and have further parties. It's like a little party mobile pop-up thing. I was able to do that because I needed to innovate. My hands no longer working. Instead of quitting, I'm able to innovate. I am not worried what somebody else may think about me. I can't worry about them. I need to worry about me. I need to worry about my family. I need to worry about you. You guys that listen to this podcast, you guys that give me the direct messages, the emails, how, like I helped you out and I inspired you. You guys that talk to me in your lives, all of you guys that give me that feedback of how my just simple little words I want to share with you, my knowledge, my experiences, my highs, my lows, how that inspires you to keep going. How I see you guys blossom and grow just from watching me on a free social media channel. That's why it inspires me. You know why? Because I am being the woman I wish I had around me when I was a little girl. Because the woman I am today is the woman I wish I had around me when I was a little girl that I did not have. And I want to inspire my generation to be different. I want to inspire my 2 baby girls to be different, to know that women are here to truly uplift each other and understand that there's boundaries, and understand the value of each other, and understand that it's not just take from people. It's also about, giving, but being understandable that, people's knowledge is power, and, people do deserve to be paid for their knowledge because they have sweated, tears, blood, sweat, everything to be able to learn those skills, and are giving us those tools so we don't have to go through that. And everything, it's either like it's going to cost you the time you're going to waste in watching the videos or learning yourself, or you're going to invest the money in getting those shortcuts to get you there faster. So if you want to quit the industry, if you want to go back to your 9 to 5, don't shame yourself because you want to do that. You have to do what's best for you. But make sure you're doing this because it's the best thing for you, not for somebody else, not because other people are doing, not because you're pivoting all the time. Because if that was me, if I would be right now so worried about everybody, like, oh my God, Celeste is pivoting. People didn't know my hand issue came from a percussion after getting sick, And there's a lot of things that people don't know about me. That's why I'm limited on certain things, that what I can and can't do. But I'm always pushing myself. I'm not using that as an excuse or for people to feel sorry for me. I'm using that to empower myself, to empower other women that we can do it too. We can be different and accomplish our dreams and accomplish our goals. And it happens one step at a time, and it happens through our daily action steps. And with this, I have a gift for you. So one of my biggest online mentors that helped me launch my first online course, and more than that, also innovate my own business by having more systematized and automated systems, and learned about different things that made my business so much easier when I was behind the chair. Miss Amy Porterfield, as you guys may know her, she's an online marketing expert. She has been featured everywhere, but more than that, she's real AF. I just love how she is. I love how she's honest, and she shares the authenticity behind her business, behind who she is, and her struggles and her wins. And she empowers all of us to be able to do more. She has made this awesome PDF, and it just talks about her daily habits. So why am I sharing this with you? They're like, okay, how is this going to benefit me? Is probably what you are asking. So with this PDF, this has tools that I use in my own business, you guys. I journal all the time. I exercise. There's lots of other little things that she has on there that are so powerful, and you can take it one step at a time. Maybe right now there's a habit you want to change. I hate exercising, okay? This little guide has helped me to be able to be more consistent and be more present and be more, account myself more for what I'm doing throughout the day without feeling guilty, without overwhelming myself with having to do 20 million things, because that used to be me. So I have it up on my website. So if you want to go to celestestylist.com/beauty biz or beauty business, you guys can find it on there, or you can just go to my Instagram profile at Celeste Stylist. You'll see it right there on the link in my bio. You can just click on there and it'll pop right up for you guys. It's an awesome gift that she's giving. She is so awesome at being able to control having, like an 8-figure business and control her whole team. Not control, but have management over her whole team, her life, and everything. She has just been a true, real inspiration and a game changer for me in my life and my business. And I hope it helps you as much as it has helped me. So, remember, everybody has to do what's right for them. But most important, you have to do what's right for you. Don't allow other people's limiting beliefs or expectations of what business should look like to limit you. Your business, it's your life. This is your legacy. This is your time. What do you want out of it? What's going to make you happy? That's what you should be doing. There's nothing wrong with pivoting. There's nothing wrong with taking a break. There's nothing wrong with moving on from something that no longer works for you. So choose what's best for you. Sending all my love to you, and I'll be back here next week. I'll see you next time. Bye, love.